Let's get some texture onto these smooth walls and give it a coat of paint. First I need to tape off the areas on the building that have these white rounded rectangles. These were likely used for signs back when the shops were open, I'm guessing. I'm using labels from a label sheet that were just the right size with some trimming. So next is to start layering on some texture. I'm using drywall compound that you use for fixing holes in walls. I'm applying a thin coat with my finger and then I'm tapping the surface to try and get a rougher texture. I also used a Q-tip and an old makeup sponge to get into areas that were harder to get to with my finger. It was difficult getting into the areas around these upper floor windows, and in hindsight I should have left these off and taped the areas where they will go instead, but I managed somehow. I let that dry overnight. The next day I came back and sanded lightly to knock down the highest points. Some areas didn't turn out as great as I wanted, but some areas are perfect. Then on to painting. I decided to use my airbrush and had to first mask off the areas that I needed to protect from overspray. I used a combination of Tamiya masking tape and scrap paper. Some Vallejo sand yellow, which I thought was the right shade. I painted the front and the two sides and left the back blank for now, as that will get a coat of black paint. Trying to ignore the glaring yellow, I followed the photos of the real building and scraped off some of the yellow paint and texture and added some gray patches here and there that is raw concrete. But boy, was I wrong about the Vallejo sand yellow. It turned out a bright yellow, which isn't even close to what the real building is painted in. Sand yellow is supposed to be a bit of a more brownish yellow according to the paint charts, but that's not what we got here. So I decided to repaint with an ivory craft paint. This time I just used a brush. It's still not perfect, but I hope it will work as a base for some weathering with washes and pastels. We'll see. And then I tried peeling off the stickers I put on the bump out. At first I thought it was going to be hard to do, but it turned out being easy once I got a start. I just had one place where the texture flaked off, but I'll fix that later. And with that, I think this phase of the project is done. Now on to adding some details in the next video. Thank you for watching.